Today on HandyDadTV, Cycle 5 of my 2018 lawn care calendar. We're going to take a look at my lawn. We're going to do a soil test. I'm going to put down some fertilizer, and I'm going to tell you why I'm not seeding. Coming up. Welcome to HandyDadTV. I'm Chris Heider, your virtual dad in the cloud, and I've been following this lawn care plan all season long. I derived it from the Alan Hain Lawn Care Nut Cool Season Lawn program, and it's a hybrid program that got me introduced to some organic fertilizer and actually how to measure my lawn, how to measure the rates of each one of the NPK components of the fertilizer, and determine what the best fertilizers to put down and what rate. So my lawn's looking really good at this point. It is now, let's see, cycle 5 starts on 8/18/18, which is today. So let's take a look at my lawn. She's looking pretty good. It's pretty green. It's actually the best that it's ever been. And like I said, today is middle of August 18th. I'm starting this video, and you can see I definitely have some problem areas. I definitely have some, this is nut sedge in here, which I did kill off a bunch of it in the middle there. In the last video I talked about that. I killed off a bunch of it with sedge hammer, but I still have some of it on the edges, which I'm slowly getting rid of. Now the brown spots here, I get these notoriously every year. In this spot specifically, because I think the dogs go here an awful lot, so there's not much I can do about that. But over here we've got some grasses, kind of dying. When you look at it up close, you can see we've got some signs of disease. This is fungus. The little spots on the grass blades, definitely an indication of fungus. Now, I had done a fungicide application in June, and what I'm finding is, in order to control the lawn for the whole summer, I guess I have to do more. I got to step up my game, raise my game where the fungicide is concerned. So that's probably what the brown spots are that we're seeing here. And people have argued with me. Last time I referred to it in June, I referred to it as brown patch, but people have said to me, it's not brown patch, it's dollar spot. Regardless of what it is, it's a fungus, and I need to do something about that next year. I don't know if it's too late at this point, but you can see it really all over this hill. Definitely. And like I said, this is still looking the best that it's ever looked. And these little guys, these are so annoying. These are cicada killer wasps. Yeah, I did a video on how I killed those last year. And I've been trying to keep up with it, but we were away for a week last week, and they just kind of took over my slope here. They just love this area, and from what I understand is they'll come back to where they were hatched from. There's one over here now. See him right there? He's digging in the lawn. Now he's easy. I could just kind of... The humanity! And the front looks good as well, other than, yeah, there is some signs here of some disease, some fungus, but I also do have some crabgrass. Even though I put down 2 pre-emergents, you can see on the edges there is just crabgrass here. We've got a lot of crabgrass over there, and that blows over here, and that's why I've got it. But other than that, like I said, the lawn is still looking good. Middle of August, we've had a lot of rain here in New Jersey, a lot of rain. So my Raccio actually hasn't had to water my lawn in probably 2 weeks. So not upset with that at all. I'm doing another soil test this cycle. I did one back in cycle 2. I did one of these. I compared it to some other tests, and I'll link to that above. But the Soil Savvy test is the one that I've chosen to use today. But I'm going to collect the dirt a little bit differently this time. I've taken a piece of conduit, a foot long, and I sharpened the edge with my grinder. And I also have a dowel that I will use to pull core from the soil and then push it through with the dowel. And that'll give me 5-inch. I put a line here, 5 inches. I figured that should be fine. So I'm going to see if I can just push it down with my hand, which I can because it is just really soft right now because of all the rain we've had. So that pulls out a nice core. Getting it out is the hard part. Oh boy. Alright, with a combination of a screwdriver and just pounding it through with a hammer, I do wind up getting soil out. And after all the rain we've had, you'd think the soil would be wetter than it actually is. It's pretty dry. I mean, it's not real dry, it's soft. It's really nice brown color, but it's pretty tough to get out, that's for sure. Alright, you probably recall that I did a soil test after cycle 1 because I wanted to know what I was dealing with in my soil. And what I actually did is I showed the results of those in my cycle 3 video. And in cycle 3, I decided that I was going to change. I wasn't just going to put down Milorganite like I had been doing in cycle 1 and 2. So if you remember my plan here, every one of the cycles begins with some kind of a fertilizer application, except for cycle 4, which was Love Your Soil. So this is the result of that $80 bag of Love Your Soil. Now, before you guys go and say that product must suck because your lawn doesn't look any better than it did, in fact it looks a little worse, which is understandable. I mean, it's 5 weeks later, we just went through the hot part of the summer and had a ton of rain. But Love Your Soil is more like the RGS type stuff. It's vitamins for your soil, if you want to think of it that way. It doesn't provide any kind of food. So it's good for your grass, but not necessarily something you're gonna see like when you put nitrogen down. So in cycle 3, because of the results of my Soil Savvy test, I found that I was deficient in potash. So I put down Ringer plus potash in cycle 3, and I was really happy with the results. You can see that in the previous video. I'll link that up there. Up there. I always have to remember it's up there. So this test is really easy to do, and it's the one that's probably the most comprehensive because it tells you how much nutrient that you're deficient, not just that you are deficient, which is what the other tests tell me. So this one is really pretty easy. All it comes with is a little vial here that has some kind of liquid in it and some kind of a pill in there, I guess that maintains the freshness of it somehow, and a scoop. All you have to do is make sure that you collect enough soil from the yard to fill the scoop, which is what I have here. And that's all there is to it. Now for fertilizer in this cycle, I was planning on putting down Milorganite, but thanks to Alan Hain and all of you guys, there is an incredible shortage of Milorganite in this country right now. But I do have a solution here in New Jersey. This is New Jersey's version of Milorganite. It's called OceanGro. It is made in Ocean County. Bayville, New Jersey, has a water treatment plant just like what you find in Milwaukee. So this product is supposed to be pretty similar. It's got 2.5% iron, and it is a 550 formulation. It says apply at a rate of 15 pounds per 1,000 square feet. So each one of these bags is 45 pounds. That means they're good for 3,000 pounds per bag. I have 4 bags, which is 12,000 square feet. Although I am going to throw this down today, I'm going to wait until I get the results of the soil savvy test to determine what I need to put down in the next cycle, which is cycle 6, which is fine. None of this has to be adjusted overnight. In fact, I don't plan on doing soil tests twice every year. I only plan on doing maybe one a year. And that's really just until I'm comfortable with what I'm putting down in this program. But first, she's a little long, so I think I'm going to enjoy the mow. I never told you about my new toy. Ta-da! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I am the owner of a brand new Time Master. Actually, it's not new. It's used. I got it on Facebook Marketplace, believe it or not. Found it from somebody locally. Got it at a good price. Wasn't sure if I would like it or if it would make sense for my size yard. It's 13,000 square feet. And as you know, I've had Big Red over here for probably about 12 years, so he's doing really well. And I never really minded my tractor, but the mulching on it really sucks. I did a video about that too. This thing mulches great. And you've probably seen so many people on YouTube using these, and I love it. I plan to do a complete review of the Time Master compared to my tractor and the efficiency of a 30-inch compared to 42-inch in a future video. Stay tuned for that. Alright, it's the next day here, and I didn't get to put down my fertilizer yesterday. I'm going to do that today. But I wanted to just clarify something, because some of you are probably going to be thinking, well, Chris, you know you've got fungus on the lawn, or you're putting down another fungicide. And the reason why I'm not is because, well, today it's a little rainy, but this week the heat is breaking, which is typical third week of August here in New Jersey. It tends to cool off. And so it's going to be in the 70s this week instead of the 80s and 90s like it was the past several weeks. So the conditions for the fungus to thrive are kind of going to go away. That's my justification anyway, that I'm not going to worry about clarifying or putting something down to try and fix this problem behind me. It's just I'm going to live with it and fertilize my lawn and get it to be as good as possible. Put down my pre-emergent probably later this week or next weekend, and that's what I'm going to do. So that's, yeah, I just wanted to add that little bit. I am not going to be putting down another fungicide. However, it is a lesson learned for next year that I am going to have to do more fungicide, not just the June application like I did this year. So I'll make sure I put that in my 2019 plan as well. By the way, this is what it looks like when you apply this stuff to wet grass. I'm going to rinse my legs in addition to the spreader. Alan Hayne, I don't know how you look so damn good in all your videos with those fancy Columbia shirts and...
What's up, y'all? I'm Alan Hayne, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for coming back for yet another week.
You never sweat down in friggin' Florida. I sweat like a pig here, man. Let me explain why I'm not seeding this fall. And it has to do with Alan Hayne, believe it or not, because I asked him this question. You see, his Cool Season Lawn Guide says you need to make a decision if you've got winter weeds like Poa annua, which actually germinates in the fall. If you've got those and you want to break that cycle, you have to put down a pre-emergent in the fall. And if you put down a pre-emergent in the fall, you can't seed. So you have to make that decision one way or another. You'd be wasting your money on seed because it just wouldn't germinate. I sent him some pictures of my lawn, and he actually brought this up in one of his recent newsletters. And he said, my lawn is thick enough, I don't really need to seed. he'd rather see me break that cycle of Poa annua. And that means putting down that pre-emergent now. And the reason why you put it down now is that those seeds are out in my lawn from the spring. They germinate when the temperature falls below 70 degrees, the ground temperature that is. So they're actually dormant right now, but they will sprout. If I put down a pre-emergent before that happens, they will not sprout, they will die. So that's what I'm hoping to do. I already have the thiopyr is the pre-emergent that I'm going to be using. I bought 2 bags of it this spring and saved one for the fall just in case. It's kind of impossible to do seeding and pre-emergent. You just really have to choose one or the other. So that's what I chose this year, was to do the pre-emergent and break that cycle, kill off that Poa annua, and then hopefully, just really take good care of the lawn that I have. He was recommending that I switch to the next products, the RGS and things like that. They're still a little too new for me. I'm waiting to see how other people have results. They're kind of like vitamins for your lawn, kind of like that Love Your Soil. $80 for a bag of Love Your Soil was an awful lot of money. I can buy quite a few next products for $80. So I don't know that I'm going to use that next year. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do next year, but I'd like to hear your opinions. So why don't you just leave a comment down below of what you think, what your plan is for your 2019 lawn. But thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Hey there, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to be the first to know when new videos are posted. Look for HandyDadTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and visit the website HandyDad.tv for more great ideas and information.